Okay, so here I am set. I'm going to do the Bobby Smith rock. You can see how quickly my hips square. Let me do that again. So if you're working with your students, you want to get their hips square. There is a video on 5 or 6 different ways of how great players would square their hips. Bob was one of my students, and he would just set up and rock. I said, Bob, why do you rock? I said, I'm just finding my balance. Little did I know, and this is the 90s, little did I know that Bob was squaring his hips at the time. So Gary gets set with his power spots. Show you face on to see it better. Gets set with his power spot set and a small grip. And he wanted to get into grip size as we did. So let me rock here. But when he got set, he said, Doc, I'm all the way outside my lead thigh. I mean, that's where I have to be to get that flat left wrist. Now, I understood at the time it was a grip change. It was going to be a major grip change because, I mean, I can get a flat lead wrist and get a decent position here. I'm talking about shaft lean. But when you're working with your students, that's what they're going to show you. Well, when I get here, that's my shaft lean. So just be aware of that, by the way, when you first start to work with them on their power spots. So next time out, we worked on grip sizing. I said, well, okay, let's do your grip size. So this is what I'm going to encourage you to do with your students. I'm going to show you down the line first and then face on. I'm going to go to my, I'm going to have to go to my low core to show you my grip sizing. So I'm taking the bat, but not in front. In the past, we've suggested straight up and down. No. And Gary did this on his own, by the way. So when I get to, you'll notice my hips are squaring, okay? But look at my wrist. So I have a square hip line, but I have a cup left wrist. But if I let this bat go up another 25 thousandths or so, I still have a square hip line. Now look at my wrist. You have to apply a good bit of pressure. You have to squeeze. So that's actually set. That's my lower core grip size, and I have a flat left wrist. So what this means is that if I move this way, and I grip this club as a low core player, notice where the butt of that club points. Notice that flat left wrist. And Gary showed me this immediately. So grip sizing, we've said you can play any size you want recently. Because once you set your grip size, it changes heel to toe balance. I'll come back to that in a moment. It does for me. Okay, once we've set grip size, once we've done the Wright Balance Express, I'm sorry. So grip size, you can use any grip size you want, but that's changing, and this is why. So let me show you one more time. I'll show you face on here. So I can go to any blue number. I'm looking at my hips. So you're going to be on the side of your student as you look, and you'll see the hip square. But look at the cup. You see the cup in my left wrist. So if I squeeze, I still have a cup. So I'm going to come up another, not even quarter of an inch. And I still have a square hip line and that flat in my left wrist. So that is the size I want to play here. So to check that, all you have to do, you're going to test it more than just once, twice. I'm now going to raise my middle finger and I'm going to put a mark right here. That's where you're measuring to the middle finger. In the ebooks, you'll see a picture of Anthony Kim. Anthony Kim, when he played, and he's back playing, I think, Live Golf now. When he played, he would grip down a good 2 to 3 inches on the club. So you want to measure with digital calipers. And I'm getting 1066, which is my grip size. So you want to fit a player in a grip size where the left lead wrist becomes flat. That's the bottom line. So, and that is how it is done. So that's going to be the change. You will set a player in balance. They'll have a flat lead wrist at address, and ideally you'll be able to create the same at the top.